Grab your camera, it's 1956 and we're heading out to the Oscars.
We've been playing Red Carpet from Devir. Welcome to Fox Meeples. I'm Libby, this is Julian, and yes, we are playing Red Carpet from Devir. This is a game that sort of premiered at Gen Con, shall we say. And there is an actual red carpet through the middle of your board. It feels sort of velvety. Has a velour finish. Yes, a velvety kind of feel to it. So it does feel pretty plush. Yeah. Essentially a programming game where you're hoping that the celebrities get out of those limos and start making their way down that red carpet, that they're going to be looking at you and you can get all the best shots. And what makes this really interesting is you're actually going to be using your actual mobile phone. And so you'll be positioning yourself around the board, knowing that you're going to have to place your phone in that position to try to take the best photographs of those celebrities.
That's right. It's a game all about spatial awareness with a touch of take-that mechanisms. I think it's time to board.
So we've had a couple of fun games of Red Carpet.
Hooray for Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to give you our first impressions, thoughts of it. I mean, it was a game that I kind of thought that you were going to like, because you do have a tendency to like those sort of programming games where you're playing down cards and kind of then seeing how things kind of fall out as you kind of go along.
I mean, the theme immediately drew me. And I do love the, obviously, references. There's no specific people in here, but we all know who they are without any names being dropped. And yeah, that theme really does carry across throughout the whole game. But it's not the game I thought it was going to be, because there is a lot more working out the mind games of all the players around the table. And at 2 players,
it can be quite take that.
It's very take that, very cat and mouse.
Yes.
Even larger than that, that's when the game changes.
Yeah.
And that's where it becomes almost slightly more party, more fun, because with everyone doing a different action, it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen on the red card.
Yeah, you're going to have a hand of 5 cards. One of those cards you're not going to use, you're going to discard at the end. One of those cards you're going to, at least one of those cards you're going to need to be using to vote. And the voting section I wasn't expecting at all in this game. But basically you're going to have someone who you know is going to be scoring double from the get-go. And then there are 3 other columns, and within each column, one of those celebrities is going to be scoring double by the end of the game, depending on how many votes they've got. There's a whole layer there that I wasn't expecting at all. So you are going to need to be throwing one of your 5 cards down to do that vote. And that leaves you then 3 cards left in your hand out of your 5 to manipulate the red carpet. Are you going to bring a celebrity one step closer to you? Are you going to move a whole row along a bit to get someone to shuffle nearer to where your camera is? You've, of course, got to place a camera somewhere.
You do. Got to get that camera out.
You can potentially do a cooey and get someone to turn around. But, of course, your opponents can do that as well. So you might have just got something ideally lined up. Or you might start the game thinking, everything's looking pretty darn wonderful right now. If I could just place my camera and shoot now, that's great. But this is the first turn of the round. Everything's going to change. So there is that tension of, how can I make them think I'm trying to do something else? By delaying tactics, playing different cards that I don't need, and hoping the situation doesn't change, so that I can still get that great shot that I can see.
When you explain the rules, you don't realise how important that placing that camera down is. One, because it lets you then activate another ability that you can't do until you have that camera down. But as soon as you commit to your camera placement, everyone else around the table knows that's where you're going to have to take the photo from.
Yeah.
And you can only take a photo of each of the celebrities once. So if there's certain celebrities around you and you've already got a photo, it becomes increasingly obvious who you want a photo of.
Yes.
So do you focus on making your photo as good as it can be? Or do you work out, how do I muck it up for everyone else?
Yeah. If I just throw my cooey card and make that person turn around, you're going to lose like 3 points.
Because there is there's a very set criteria for what makes a good photo.
There is.
And there is that element of subjectivity about it. You do have to place your camera so it remains on the designated section you've opted for. You can twist it, but it has to mainly be on there.
Yeah.
You can't really angle your phone either. But what you take a photo of, your subject needs to be right in front of you. Take it at an angle, less points. If they're not looking at you, less points.
There's a lot of entourage on this red carpet getting in the way.
A lot of milling around, getting in the way of the perfect photo.
And there's a lot of weird heads in the background.
Have a head in the background, less points. If the celebrity is associated with a certain product, maybe diamonds, getting some diamonds in the background is going to add more points.
It is. I mean, it's almost like they're sponsored by De Beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the rules are quite obvious in terms of, can you see the majority of a face of entourage in the background? Can you see that advertising label in the background? Is that celebrity at the front? Like, there is quite clear criteria that you can work down. And obviously then the debate around the table just to try to knock someone down a point or two.
That's part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
You've got to embrace that. In between each bit going, okay, let's have a look at these photos. What's that? Who are you taking a picture of there?
Yeah. And there's sometimes when you're going to have to go like, got to admit, it's a great shot of Marilyn you've got there.
Yeah. You've ticked all the boxes. Yeah. And that's when the gameplay, the voting does marry up. Because, if you've got the maximum points you can get for someone and then get a double on there, throughout the rest of the game, you're now going to be voting for Marilyn.
Yeah. And of course, the cards that you get dealt each round are going to dictate whether you're going to be able to vote for the people you need to vote for or not. Because, I mean, you'll have some rounds when the card that you want to put down for voting is the only card with the number that you need. You need to put your camera there. So you're not going to be able to vote for them at that point. And I suppose, obviously, front forward how well you've done on some of those early celebrities. But there's going to be points in the game quite early where it's like, I'm going to have to give away one of these celebrities, not knowing when they're coming out. Yep. I mean, I had to do that in a couple of our games. And it ends up being the celebrities that come out last. And it's really putting that pressure on in terms of when they come out, I've got to take really fantastic
They only come out once.
Yeah.
So if you miss your chance to get a photo with someone you've already been voting for, it's like, oh.
Well, that's another tactic that's really quite fun, especially at 2 players when it can get quite take-thatty. I know that I've taken an excellent picture of Alfred. And I'm not fussed by him. So I'm not sure what quite to do. I want to hold because it's looking quite good for me if I can wait and not put my camera down and let you know what I want to do. Yep. Then I can wait. Let's move that aisle. Let's push him up. Let's give you less chance for getting to have a picture of him. And if you then don't have the right number to be able to place your camera down to be able to get a shot of him, great. So that's another tactic to be able to kind of push them down the line. The entourage will come back and around, but the celebrities take the red carpet one journey up it, not one round, one journey up the red carpet, and then they're gone. So if you haven't taken that picture and they end up getting the double vote, your opponent has a leg up.
Now, the camera itself initially seems quite gimmicky, obviously, but this is a game that is fun.
Yeah.
It's getting involved in that, getting immersed in that, and having that ability just at that last card, you're the last player of a round, just to play the cooey card and make someone who's perfectly lined up for a shot just turn around. Yeah. And when that happens, the room erupts and everyone knows how devastating it's been. It's fun. It's a fun game. And there's not nearly enough of these experiences where not hard to explain. After you've played it one round, immediately understand it. Very visceral, very tactile. Everyone's gathered around the table. You can even put your camera on the other side of the table, so everyone has to switch round and look at it from a different perspective.
That's really kind of almost alien to us board gamers. We're so used to sitting in our chair and staying there for the whole 3 hours of gaming. Not that this is a 3-hour game. It isn't by any stretch. But isn't that is sort of fun and interesting. It's like, oh, I have to get up.
Let's walk
it's
around.
It's the end of a round. I'm getting up out of my seat. This is not what gamers do.
There's a better angle over there. I'm going to walk around there and shimmy next to you. And next round, back round I go. I'll get bed on the other side of the table.
Yeah, our dog was very confused. He's used to us sitting still.
Yeah. So yeah, wasn't the game I expected it to be, but in such a wonderful way. Yes, just a big event.
Yes.
A big event you want to take your camera to.
Yeah, and it feels, because it's got that Hollywood vibes, I think it's got also feels like that little bit cozy wintry. So it's quite nice for this time of year for me.
But yeah, that's Red Carpet. Do let us know in the comments down below if you've seen it, maybe seen it at a convention, or you've never heard of it and you're like, oh, that's a bit interesting. I would like to play that.
Yeah, head over to the movies.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're looking for board games, we do recommend that you go to your friendly local game store. For us here in the southeast of England, ours is Chaos Cards, and we do, as usual, have a discount code in the description that you can use on their online store.
And if you're new to the channel, I'm Julian, this is Libby, and we produce a video about board games at least twice a week right here on YouTube. So if that's your kind of thing, please do consider subscribing.
Yeah, it really does help us out, so we really appreciate it.
As always, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.